Yo, welcome back to another podcast. Today we got Michael in the building. You want to introduce yourself? What's up, man?
What's up, guys? It's Michael Ahuja. I own Perfect Pour Epoxy and Bruce's Doggy Depot with my brother.
Hardworking local business owner, man. Let's go, yo. You know, before you even came, my dad recognized this guy. It was sick, yo. He went up to him in his car. He's like, I know your dad and stuff.
Oh, really?
They're homies, yeah. Even I've met his dad.
Yeah, this guy's dad knows my dad. Apparently my dad did the low voltage here.
Oh,
yeah,
that's sick.
Yeah.
And then my dad went to this guy's house and stuff. Even I know your dad, bro.
Yeah.
I was trying to learn. I was like, yo, how do you set some of this shit up, the passwords for the security?
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't understand. He was like, yo, there's something like the.
Yeah.
Fuck, man. What's up now, bro? How's it like today, man?
It's good, bro. Just like I told you guys earlier, it's work, gym, and sleep in between.
Guy's a monster, yo.
Obviously looking at me, eat a little bit here and there too.
Yeah. You got a bulk, right? I'm on that bulk life, bro. Active's always like, yo, I want to stay lean. I want to stay shredded and shit.
Yeah.
I'm like, nah, yo, I just want to be a machine. I want to be able to run too, but I want to be a machine, you know?
Yeah. No, I agree. Mm-hmm. But I think you got to have the balance, best of both worlds.
Yeah.
You should be strong.
Hybrid.
You exactly. You should be strong, but you should also be able to, lift a good amount of weight, run far.
Yeah. People
still not get winded.
Yeah. People that only run are pinners, yo. They can't really lift anything. they're just built so thin and stuff.
So active.
Nah, man.
Active's decent. This guy can actually move a lot of weight, yo, and dumbbell presses and shit. It's kind of crazy.
This guy's almost hit hundreds on the chest press.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah.
With the dumbbells?
He's getting there.
Yeah. Yo, how do you get him up? If there's hundreds,
I just get they spot me up and then I just go for it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dumbbells piss me off
because
dumbbells piss me off because sometimes they're so hard to arrange when you're trying to start.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I don't know, bro. Lately the bench has been pissing me off.
Why?
I was doing 3 plates 2-3 weeks ago. I brought the first rep down. Everything's good. Second rep, I just hear 4 or 5 pops
plates
here.
Bench.
I hear 4 or 5 pops, and then just last week I went to my doctor. Apparently, the shoulder tendon.
Did it hurt after?
Injured. Oh, it hurts to this day. I can only lift my arm up to right here.
3 plates, man. Is that a PR for you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was a PR.
You're warmed up and shit? Do you warm up?
Yeah, I did.
I
start with 25s, then I go to a plate, then I go from a plate to plate 25, 2 plates 25.
That's pretty sick.
That's a hella heavy warm up, bro.
Cool. Yeah. No, I like working my way up just because, bro, if I can't do 2 plates 25 properly,
it's
no
depressing, right?
3 exactly. I can't. There's no point of me going for 3.
Yeah.
The whole point is to have a strong foundation.
Yeah. You're much bigger than me. For me, it's if I can't do a plate 10 properly, I know I've been doing some stupid shit for my body lately.
100%.
Yeah. I don't bench press traditionally anymore. I'm just straight dumbbell.
No, I agree. Traditional is always better. If you can, do dumbbells anywhere, it's always better than a machine.
Yeah. 100%.
I definitely think so.
Bro, Michael's been seeing the whole fitness journey though, yo, and I've seen this guy's too, yo, throughout the gym, because we
yeah, bro, I wasn't always big, to say it how it is.
What do you mean?
Back in high school, I used to be very overweight. Probably big as or bigger than now.
Yeah.
And then I cut down to I dropped 70 or 80 pounds. And that's when I was very, very skinny. And then after high school, I didn't know what I wanted to do for the first year or 2, and then COVID hit too. So I started, you get bored, so you start eating more and more.
What year did you grad?
I graduated in 2018.
Oh, I graduated 2019.
Yeah.
So I understand that you don't know what to do and then COVID hits and shit.
Yeah, bro, I didn't know what I wanted to do for the first year.
Yeah.
And then keep in mind, I still had my car back then, so all I did was really I'd be bored, I'd go at the gym, drive around for an hour, come home,
that's it.
Just chill out. And then I'd just be bored out of my mind. And then slowly I was just fuck. And then COVID hit. Then you start eating a lot. You start going out. And then it's hey bro, should we go box some pizza?
Yeah, COVID was just eating a lot for everyone.
Yeah.
DoorDash and shit too.
Especially for the first 3-4 months.
Yeah.
When it first hit, everyone was paranoid. They're yo, I don't want this thing.
Bro, I gained so much weight during COVID. It's actually ridiculous. Yeah, I went from I was sitting 160 to 70ish, right? And then I went all the way up to 210 during COVID.
Nah, yo, I was a slave during COVID. I was 135.
Holy
now I'm 193, 194.
I was probably 135 back in grade 4.
Yeah, I was actually 135, but it was just because I was working and shit back then too at Home Depot, freaking dying, and that shit was so busy during COVID.
You worked at Home Depot during COVID?
Yeah, but then COVID worked out good that because I was busy there all the time, and also all the hard classes I took at school back then were online.
Yeah.
And now I just have all these credits for all these hard classes.
Yeah.
So,
But what do you think about that? Do you think what are you taking in school?
Computer engineering. I'm
Computer
doing
engineering.
co-op right now.
Okay. Do
Yeah.
you think that like those classes being easier during COVID sort of like they're gonna like handicap you in the future, or do you think like you're like hyped that like yo like I got to
Yeah,
move
I know what
past
you
them
mean.
quick?
Well, I went to India for like 7 months during COVID too, so for me it was more just about like being able to travel and shit too.
Yeah.
But now it's like yo, like I actually had like a villain arc
Yeah.
where I had to learn all this stuff.
Fair enough.
Like for months, like waking up at 7 a.m. and going to sleep at like 9 p.m. I had to learn it.
Yeah.
It catches up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
You can't like keep running away from it forever, right? That's the thing.
Yeah.
Hello, Ekdeep, yo, how are you, man? What's good and shit?
Solid, man. I got Sigma behind the camera over here.
Yeah.
In the studios right now. We've got working on the dock today.
Sigma Studios,
So,
man.
you know, it's me and Michael gonna be on the dock. Michael's gonna be in the dock.
We're going to the gym right after this.
We're going to the
Yeah,
gym.
you guys
gonna
hitting the
be.
gym together?
I'm gonna be in the back of the documentary, just waving again and again.
Yeah, that's it.
yeah.
What's it called?
Staring at-
Photobombing it.
Photo
Photo
bomb.
bomb,
I'll be
yeah.
photobombing it.
And staring at the camera. Does your dog get lonely, yo? I always want to get a dog, but I feel like it gets so lonely when I go to work and school and shit.
He
It's
does
your
get
family.
lonely, but like I think he's at that point where he understands like, yo, these guys are gonna come back.
He's like epoxy
Yeah.
janda. Like,
Yeah.
Come
No, like he when we walk to like we always leave through the garage door.
Yeah.
So like he'll like if we say like bye, he'll know like these guys are gone. Like there's no hope. But if like
Yeah, yeah.
if we don't say
There's
bye,
no-
like let's just say like hey, we just walk away. And you'll see him like slowly turning in the corner and like just staring at you from the corner,
like
like
waiting and shit.
yo, you gonna call me or like should I just like go back and be depressed?
Damn, that's pretty sick,
Yeah.
yo.
And then if you tell him like let's go, like he wants to be the first one out the door. Like
Yeah.
you know, he doesn't want any chance of like us like fucking him over and being like let's go and then like being like we're just joking.
Yeah. Yo, how do you convince your parents to get a dog, man? Because you saw this guy hates it.
Bro, to be honest, my dad and mom both didn't want a dog.
Yeah.
My dad, he didn't want a dog, but then when we brought him in, he fell in love with him after like 3-4 days.
Should I just grab one?
And-
then?
Yeah.
Should I just grab one?
I would.
Just bring it?
I would.
But like, what if no one likes it?
Just wait till my dog has a litter. We're gonna breed him here soon.
What kind of dog is it?
He's a pocket bully.
Oh.
So my dog's only like 40 pounds.
That's a bulldog? It looks like a bulldog?
Yeah.
Those little stubby ass ones.
Yeah. He looks like a bulldog and a pit bull. It's like he has like a big head.
Oh, damn.
Nice
Is he
cute
smart?
guy. Huh?
My friend does a pit bull.
Oh, he's so smart. Bro, he sits on the living room couch and he'll look at the cameras in the kitchen. And if he sees any of like the recognized cars pull up in the driveway, then he'll go to the garage door and wait for us to come in. And then if he sees like a random car pull in, then he'll be like, yo, like what the fuck are these guys doing here?
My dog does the same shit.
And then same with people walking by. If someone walks on a property, instantly it's code red, like he's gonna be barking again and again.
Yeah.
And then if they're just walking by, he'll just look at them like, you better not step here.
Yo, I didn't realize dogs could watch security cameras like
bro,
that. They're smart,
we didn't
man.
think either. My dad brought it up one day. He's like, yo, like look at him looking at the cameras.
Yeah.
And then we're like, yo, like
My dog
my
does
dad's
the
just
same shit,
hyping him
bro.
up. Right? My dad's just like trying to like make himself feel better. Like,
Yeah,
yo, like
yeah.
I love this guy and shit.
They watch the
Yeah.
cameras
And
shit,
then we saw it like 2-3 times in action. My mom would come from work and he'd go to the door and he'd just sit there.
Damn.
Like he'd be like, come on.
Yeah,
Like he gets hyped.
Yeah, the patrol. Yo, I know because one of my friends, he's like older, but he just got a dog, like a German Shepherd or something.
Yeah.
And he lives over in Burnaby, and he has like 4 neighbors. It's like townhouse type things.
Yeah.
And he's like, one day I was at work and I saw someone on my Ring doorbell, and my dog was barking and shit, right?
Yeah.
And it was just some random guy, and he's like, oh, like your dog is pretty big, and it was just all sus and shit. And he's like,
Yeah.
the next day, all 3 of my neighbors' houses got broken into while I was at work, except mine.
Oh fuck.
Because the guy was like scoping it out. You know how they like ring your doorbell
Yeah.
like a few days in advance?
Yeah.
See who's home and shit?
Yeah.
It's actually crazy.
That's actually pretty nuts. German
Yeah.
Shepherds, I'm surprised a German Shepherd fit in our townhouse.
Yeah, he's
If I was a
enforcing it at
German
that point.
Shepherd, I'd hate to be in a townhouse.
Yeah. This guy like
They're so
runs a
big
lot.
and they're so big and they get so warm and stuff so fast.
Yeah. I don't
They
know.
need more freedom.
Yeah,
Facts, yo.
you're smart though, yo.
Oh, 100%.
I'm telling you, bro. Like one of my other buddies has a pit bull, right? But he's like dissy. They used to have a farm, then they sold the farm.
Yeah.
So then they just leave it in the garage, right? And this thing's like stupid as hell now, bro.
Yeah.
This thing's like eating itself, bro. It's like
Pit bulls, they have like this narrative where they're scary, but they're probably one of the more friendlier dogs. Like my dog, he'll bark for sure. Like if you're a stranger and like you ring the doorbell, he will bark. But as soon as I open the door, his first motive isn't like, oh, like let's fuck this guy up or like let's bite him. It's more so like, yo, like is he a threat or is he friendly? So he'll go outside, he'll smell him a little bit, and then he'll be like, he'll go outside, he'll smell him a little bit, and then he'll be like, yo, like this guy's cool, like let's let him in. Or he'll be like, yo, like I'm sus about this guy.
Yeah. That's true.
Dogs are good at that shit though, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, you met my dog. My dog was like a little fucking.
Yeah. Bro, yesterday we were at my Chacha's house. And one of our relatives, he brought over like a little white fluffy dog. I think the same one as Ekdeep's. And bro, the guy's so skinny. It's unreal. You can just pick him up.
They don't give him roti and shit?
Huh?
They don't give him roti.
No, he's just, bro, they feed him, but they barely eat. Like, you can just lift him with your palm and stuff.
Bro, my dog is literally 6 pounds.
Yeah, but your dog's like a little kaddu, man.
Yeah.
Yo, have you seen this guy's dog?
Yeah.
You think if like you were breaking into this guy's house, you'd be scared of his dog?
No,
right?
But the thing with this guy's dog is, his dog's probably more like ballsy than my dog.
Yeah.
His dog, the girl, right?
Yeah,
bro, she barked at me so much when I first met her. Every time I would try to go near her, she'd get all like riled up and stuff. My dog is just like, it's either like he's just trying to see like threat or friendly. That's it.
I like dogs like that, bro, because they'll actually save your life, yo. It's like everyone who I've ever met that has cats, even though not many up have cats. It's like they don't care if they like live or die, bro.
Bro, one time, like, no matter how much I say like my dog's just like a friendly guy, he does like defend you as much as he can though. Like, there was this one time I was just chilling with a bunch of buddies, and then my buddy, he started chasing my dog. And my dog, just for fun, like he's just fucking around with him, chasing him, scaring him a little bit, and my dog running away from him. And then as I was sitting on the ground, he ran past me. And then once he realized he ran past me, he came back just to like stand right in front of me, like and then he started barking.
Damn, that's sick.
And then get me your that was when I was like, I realized, I was like, yo, like this guy's a homie.
Yeah. Yo, get me your dog's litter, bro.
I will.
Get one of the puppies. Yeah. So my dad will get hyped too because he knows your dad and shit. I'll be like, yeah.
100%.
There you go, man.
I'll be like that.
I remember when this guy got his dog. Him and one of our other buddies got a dog. Same dog.
Brothers.
Brothers. Yeah,
I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna build something in the backyard for it, like something nice.
Trust me, your life will change when you get a dog. It's the best thing you can do.
Yeah, but bro, it's like, what if like nowadays I leave the house at like 7 a.m. in the weekdays and come home at like 9?
The worst is traveling.
But like my parents are always home.
Your mom?
My mom will love it. Yeah, my mom's always home.
Your mom will love this dog.
I think you guys should be telling though. For us, my mom hates like my dog only for one thing, and that's because we have white tiles. So his fur, like,
sheds,
he doesn't shed a lot.
Too, over there.
He doesn't shed a lot, but he sheds enough to where, like, on white tiles, you can see it. Like, even just, like, anyone's hair. But obviously, he's a dog, so he's going to shed a little bit more.
There's so much hair.
And, hair. My mom hates that. But whereas, like, for you guys do have tiles right in the entrance, but over here, where the main portion, he's going to be, like, sitting, chilling out. It's
bro, there's so much hair. I remember one time, like, my parents were in India, too, last year. It was just me at home.
Yeah.
And like there was just randomly hair all over the house too, yo. Yeah. And it was like just me. Like I'd just be like shedding and shit. Yeah. I was like, yo, when nobody vacuums, you actually realize like, yo,
yeah. That's when you're like, oh man, I miss my mom.
This guy, when his mom dipped for India like earlier this year when we started the pods, because like, bro, I haven't ate proper food in like months, man.
Yeah. I feel that. The worst is when you start eating out so much to the point where it doesn't even taste good, and you're like, fuck, like, you know, I'd be down to just go home. Yeah, 100%.
It's like Super Size Me, bro. You know that movie they make you watch, Super Size Me? Out of like the 30th day, that guy's like, Genie karta dekh McDonald's. He's like dying.
That's literally what it is. Like sometimes, like when we first started work, my brother and I, we would just, you know, we'd be on the way home and it'd be like, oh, like let's go grab a Slurpee and like chicken strips or something. And then, or it'd be like, let's go to Wendy's. Wendy's is a big one. And we'd be in Wendy's parking lot every day. And then sooner or later, you're just like, fuck, it doesn't even taste good. It doesn't. You'll be like, you know, what do you want to eat? And they'll be like, oh, you like pick or you pick. And then it's like, you know, sooner or later, you're like, fuck, like, I'd be down for this, roti.
Yeah,
honestly, bro, even just like something you made at home, like something simple, it hits so much better.
So much better.
100%.
But yo, Michael, tell me about the epoxy business. How'd you get started with that?
Yeah, let's go.
I actually want to know.
For epoxy, bro, it was honestly like when we built our house, I really wanted to get it in a garage. Like you already know this. Yeah. I'm super into cars. So for me, my biggest thing was I wanted, like, you know, like everyone sort of has their like one spot in a house that they want to sort of do extra in. For my mom, it was like the kitchen. For my brother, it was like his room because he's more like, you know, like he just likes chilling on like his own time and stuff. And then my dad, it was the theater room. Like he wanted to deck the theater room out. Obviously, he does low voltage, so he knows like the best speakers, the best screen and stuff like that. So like, if you walk into a theater room, barely anyone goes in there. But when you walk in, it's fully just like decked out. Like the speakers, bro. We have like 20 speakers and like a 20 by 20 theater
That must
room.
be insane, bro.
Yeah, it is, bro.
You should watch a movie in there.
Whenever,
like,
let me know.
Sound of Freedom shit.
Let's watch Fast X in there.
Sound Fast. Dude, sound is really fucked. Surround sound.
Yeah.
No, did you see that movie called Sound of Freedom everybody's talking about?
No, I haven't.
It's like this crazy new movie that came out, so everybody posting to watch it. Dana White's like, I'm gonna pay every UFC employee to watch this movie. It's actually fucked, bro.
That's pretty nice.
It's
Will
like
you pay us to
about
watch it?
it's about child trafficking.
Oh, that's
And like it's all just like videos of kids getting kidnapped and shit.
I've heard about
You
that.
heard of that, right?
I've heard
I
about
want to
that.
watch it. But anyways, back to your story. Well, you were talking about your garage and how you started.
So like, bro, I always wanted to like. For me, it was always the garage. Like I've always like, you know, I don't know when I'm gonna get another sports car, but I've always like known that I'm gonna get one. And I see us living in this house for a couple of years.
Yeah.
And so for us, I always wanted to do like extra stuff in my garage, like have like LED lights on the top. You know, we have like the glass garage, so it's like, you know, at nighttime I wanted it to like glow a little bit.
Nice, man.
And then have like posters on the wall, stuff like that. And epoxy was always one of them. And then my dad was just like, yo, like, you know, especially because of COVID, budgets went through the roof. It's like where we had budgeted for this much. It's like you're like, you know, this much over.
Epoxy's expensive.
And then,
too.
you know, stuff like epoxy is like, bro, like your garage floor is
like
brand new
tangible.
concrete. It's like, just chill out. Like, we'll get it later. And my dad was like, let's wait a bit. And then the more I started looking into it, I just signed up for a class. And then I signed up for a class, and then I asked my brother, I was like, yo, you want to do it or should I ask someone else? And my brother's like, yo, like, let's do it. Like, I agree. Like, it's something that I'm down for. And, you know, from there, we both just thought of a name. We picked out a name. We started up the Instagram. We bought
what was the name we thought of?
We thought of Perfect Pour Epoxy. There was a couple, but I think Perfect Pour Epoxy is a really good one.
It just hits. It hits.
Yeah, it's just something like it just like you smooth to the tongue. You know what I mean? And then we sort of, bro, like to us, it's not like I don't see it's my business or his business. It's our business. It's like there's stuff he's good at and there's stuff I'm good at. And we recognize that and we just do it. You know what I mean? Like, there's not like, oh, like, why am I doing this? Why are you doing that? It's more like, I'm better at this. I'm going to go do that. You're better at this. You go do that.
You guys are a good team. Plus, your brother's like the best guy you can make it with.
Exactly.
Yeah,
always, like,
exactly. Like, you know, with my brother is like, I'll never have to worry about being backstabbed later on, or like, exactly, you know, like, you know, like a couple years down the line, you're like, hey, like, oh, my cousin stole like my land and stuff.
No, your brother's like your brother, bro.
Yeah, 100%. And then, like, you know, bro, getting in business, arguments are gonna happen. Oh yeah, there's disagreements all the time. And 100%, I guarantee it.
Yeah.
But then with our disagreements, it's more like, it's either we make like a, you know, like we either come to like a, what's it called?
Like a agreement.
Yeah. Like we'll come to like something in between, like where like we both are, we're like fine, like, hey, this works for both of us. Or we try to figure out a way where it's the best of both worlds. Yeah. Where it's like, you know, he's happy and I'm happy. Because there's no point of us doing something if later on, because it's just a ticking time bomb. If we're both, like, if one of us is thinking, like, yo, like, why are we doing his way or why are we doing my way? Sooner or later, someone's gonna blow up.
It, like, makes the crack, the epoxy, and then the crack gets bigger and bigger, bro.
Exactly.
That's it.
100%.
And then the whole
bro,
thing
that's
breaks.
that's literally what happens is, like, you know, you get to a point where someone's just like, they hold it in enough to the point where one day it's just gonna blow up, and you're gonna see some stuff, and then I'm gonna see some stuff. It's not worth it.
Then it's like there's like that desi story where they don't talk for like years and shit, right?
100%.
But yo, I was gonna also ask you about the stock trading that you used to do. I wanted to ask you because a lot of people want to get into it because they see, like, you know, people are like, oh, day trading this, day trading that. So I wanted to ask your, like, honest opinion on it. Like, how'd you get into it? And like,
bro, for me, it was more like, I was just like, you know, like I said, it was right after COVID, and I didn't know what I wanted to do. At this point, I was like a year and a half out of high school, and I was like, yo, like, either we go to school or we figure something else out. And then that's when I started watching, like, YouTube videos, like, you know, like, just basic stuff, like, you know, like, just normal business, like, you know, like those self-help books, like Think and Grow Rich,
like Rich Dad,
and
Poor Dad.
my first one was Rich Dad Poor Dad. I think Rich Dad Poor Dad is probably one of the best books you could read.
I got into that too.
It's the first book I read, but it changed a lot of how I like what I thought of the world and like what I thought about everything, like the way I thought. It changed a lot of that, and it was definitely one of those books that like shot me forward. And then after that, it's like, you know, in Rich Dad Poor Dad, he talks about stocks, real estate, stuff like that. So I just started watching YouTube videos, and I came across this YouTuber, and his name was Ricky Gutierrez.
I didn't watch
and then I just binged his YouTube videos, and then I made it's called mock trading. So it's like they give you like fake money and you just sort of play around with it. Simulated money. and I did that for a couple months, and then obviously that you can't really take serious because you know it's fake money. I just watched his YouTube videos. That's it.
His strategy.
Yeah, I just watched all his YouTube videos, and then the more you fuck around with the like platform, you just learn. Like you'll be like, oh, like why did I just get like fined like this much money? And then it's like you think about like what you did, and then it all starts making sense.
Really?
Yeah.
That's pretty nice.
So I did that for about a month.
I thought it was hella unpredictable.
It is. But I wouldn't say it's gambling to an extent. Like a lot of people, they say it's gambling. It's gambling if you don't know what the fuck you're doing. Obviously, it is like prediction based. So there is like probabilities.
Yeah.
But it's one of those things where if you know what you're like doing and you know like about the company, like bro, realistically, you see yourself within. I think iPhones are gonna be around for a long, long time. Same with Samsung.
Who knows? People would have said that about BlackBerry in 2007.
No, true. But like right at this moment, I think iPhones are gonna be around for a while. Like you know, Apple has taken over, not even just iPhones, like just Apple in general. Yeah. Apple, Google, Tesla, Microsoft. These companies are like staple companies today, and they could go down. Who knows?
Yeah, who knows?
But the chances are obviously against that happening. So it's like, you know, like I usually try to go with companies that make sense to me. Like for me, I'm big into cars, big into technology. Those are the two things that like interest me. So it's like, hey, like, you know, like what company do I think isn't going to go down? It's like out of all four of those, I think Google's probably like my go-to pick. You pick Google and then you just watch the stock. And then the more you watch it, the more you sort of start seeing how it goes. You know, you start noticing that like, oh, like every March it dips, or like every like Friday was a good one. Friday is more like
Friday always gets bored partied in the market.
Friday is always like a slower day, just because everyone who's like, let's say you take a trade on like Monday or Tuesday and you want to lock out by like Friday, for example, you want to go out with the boys on Friday night. So a lot of people, this is a very popular thing. Monday, Tuesday is very like you sort of push because like the week just started. Everyone's like, yo, like let's go make some money. And then Friday, it's like, yo, like let's take our profits. Let's go out and hang out with the boys. So Monday and Friday were like the 2 days where it's like,
that's pretty sick.
You sort of predicted it. It was a higher probabilities of that happening. And then like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, it was more like, yo, like let's see, is this week gonna push up or come down?
That's true.
And then you just base it off of that kind of thing. But stocks is like, bro, like the way I see it, you're never gonna be perfect at it. There's never gonna be a time you're perfect at it, because there's always so many new things coming on with the world. Like even the person I learned from when COVID hit, even he never knew what the fuck to do. So it's like, bro, like what are you supposed to do, right? It's like the world's changing so fast, and then on top of that, you get hit with COVID. Everyone's learning how to trade during COVID too. You know, it's the free money that everyone got. And then so. That was a big portion of like the push. Like a lot of people were sitting at home. They're like, how can we make extra money? And you know, which is cool. Like I obviously the more you can learn, the more you can earn. But it's one of those things where like it's one of those things, bro, where like you wake up one day and like I used to wake up at like, sometimes I'd wake up like 6, 7 in the morning. And you just open your phone.
The market's open.
Yeah, you just open your phone and you just see a big red number or a big green number. And then you're just like, fuck. Like, you know, you wake up and it's like red 500, and you're just like, fuck. You know. And then you wake up one day and it's like green 500, and you're just like, let's go. So you know,
you have to detach your emotions though.
You can't let it excite you. But obviously deep down, like, you know, you're just like, fuck, I made 500.
Like the people that get the richest, they detach themselves when everything's going down, and then they buy.
100%.
They get losses into the shit.
That's what you have to do with stocks. That's the biggest thing with stocks is you can't rush into it. You can't use any emotions. Like for me, I had a couple trades when like I would make like a shit ton of money. And you know, you get greedy. Like let's say you get to like, I don't know, $5,000, and you're like, oh, like let's just go for 6 and then we'll lock in. And then, you know, from 5 it'll go down to like 4,300, and then
this guy can relate to that.
Then you're like, you know, as soon as it hits 5, I know he can. This guy had his little crypto phase.
This guy's like a millionaire.
And then it's like, you know, from $5,000 it goes to 4,300, and then you're sitting there like, fuck, I should have locked in. That's when emotion starts kicking in. That's when you lose like your control.
But that's
that's when it matters. But that's where most people lose control. Where it's like you lose that 700, you're like fuck, like 7.
That's sick, right?
Because when it goes down, the 700 hurts. But when it goes up, you're just like, oh, 700.
Yeah,
Because on the screen, it doesn't look as much as in real life.
Yo, you guys just gave me flashbacks, man.
What, to like getting too lalchi and shit?
No, bro. Like during early 2020, like right when COVID started, I was like really big into crypto. I was starting to get really big into crypto, right? This is where I fucked up, man. I like invested in a lot of shit. But then I got the same thing what Michael said, yo. You just like, you see it go down, right, a little bit, you're like, fuck, whatever.
Bro, that's when you lose all control.
Yeah, you lose
But
control.
that's what happens to 90% of people.
Exactly.
But those 10% that are built different, they can make some big money.
I stopped caring about 6 months after. I was like, this market's just fucked, right? So I was like, I'm just gonna do my thing.
I think it's chilling if you just use money, you're not like afraid to lose.
That's what happened.
Yeah,
then you'll be like, fuck it. Right?
The best point of it is like the biggest thing is you have to go in with a mindset of like, you should be not okay with losing the money. Who wants to lose money, bro? Realistically,
yeah.
But it's one of those things where you should have enough control over yourself and the money.
Yeah.
Where you're like, hey, like worst case scenario, you do lose it, you can still survive. Yeah, you're still chilling.
It's like some of my friends or some people.
Like it's gonna. What's up?
People have like gambling funds. It's like, yo, say you make like $500 from the casino. You could lose it all. You're gonna be like, fuck it, I just made this at a casino. Yeah. You're not gonna feel as attached to it.
Bro,
with
like, gambling, the thing with gambling is like you could lose 20 times and those 20 times will accumulate to like $5,000.
Back to 90.
And then you win one time and it's $2,500.
Yeah.
And then they like, get you stuck in that loop of like, oh, I just won. Like, let's just keep going. We can make it back. Yeah. But in reality, you're still down 2,500. You know what I mean?
Yeah. In reality, have you ever heard of social trading? I kind of got into it, yo. It's basically where like, when there's like, you know how there's like TikTok trends and shit, just like internet trends. When they come up, you go to like Google search analytics and you look at like the traffic onto the website and you look at like other metrics. You see how like these businesses are bumping. Yeah. And then before the earnings report comes out, you buy a shit ton of their stock.
No,
and sometimes it can be hit or sometimes it can be missed. But like it's been like pretty lucrative for me sometimes.
I gotta look into that one.
Yeah. It's like you can go on,
could try it out.
You can see so much data in real time. Like Google will tell you how many people have been searching this.
Yeah.
If it goes up a lot, you can assume there's more sales.
Yeah.
But it really has to be something that like these fuckers who are on Wall Street, like they're not gonna put the time in to do that much research.
Yeah.
Right?
But the thing is, like even that, like why do you like if they have something that works, why like mess with it? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if it ain't broke, why?
Why fix it, man?
Fix it?
Yeah,
exactly.
I think the best thing for when I was like 2020, is when ETH was at like 350. Remember I was at the gym, I was hyping.
Yeah, bro. This guy would come to the gym every day, and then this guy would be like, bro, this guy would come to the gym. He would go to everyone, and he'd be like, yo, buy crypto. Like there's this one friend we have, Jimmy. Yeah, Jimmy. Yeah. And bro, this guy, that was when like Jimmy used to ask me, like he'd be like, hey, bro, like, can you, like I want to get into stocks. I have this much money on the side that I would use, and then me and Acti would have this like debate, like crypto or stocks, and Acti would be like, bro, crypto, like, and then he'd come in all hyped up and stuff.
Be like, yo, sell your Camaro, and bro, put it in crypto.
Oh yeah, bro, I did sell my car for the stocks.
Actually,
I sold my Camaro and I put all that money into. Well, I didn't put all that money into stocks. I used a little bit of it in the stocks, and then the rest of it I just kept on the side. And I just cracked that open for the epoxy business.
Yeah, smart. That's sick. It's good to have money in hand like that, bro. Yeah, you get the idea.
Yeah, for sure,
bro. I've had like sick ideas. That's like you get the idea, and then you're like, okay, can it? And then out of nowhere, someone else appears with that shit.
Exactly, bro. That's because you doubt yourself.
Yeah, I heard that like when you get an idea, sometimes it's like it's time for that to come in the world. Yeah. And if you sleep on it, someone else does it, bro. Right?
Probably. Yeah. Bro, like for us, it was one of those things where we had an idea, and bro, even now, like I have so many people. Like, bro, just last week, like I had like 4 people come up to me, and they're like, bro, we just had this idea, and it's a good thing you went through with it. But that's the thing, like. We went through with it because I saw myself doing this for a while and doing it properly. Yeah. Like quality is a big thing nowadays, especially because there's so much competition out there.
Dude, so many people messaged us. They're like, I was gonna start.
It's one of those things where like I don't really care of like bro. I respect the hustle. Everyone that's out there doing epoxy, I don't see an issue with it. Like it's like
we can all eat.
I think that exactly. There's so much work out there. And like you're gonna get as much work as you're willing to put in. Yeah. Like if we're out there working every single day, we're going out meeting people. We're naturally gonna get more work. And I truly believe that if you talk to someone with respect and like just like you're just genuine, they're more likely to come to you. Especially in today's generation, this isn't one of those things where you can go out and like, you know, sort of like go out with an ulterior motive, talk to him, butter him up, and then he's gonna be like, yo bro, like come like do my garage.
Yo, but with the epoxy business, you probably have talked to so many clients. What's been like your funniest conversation you had with a client, like about like a job or something? Have you ever had any like weird experiences or anything like that?
We've never had any weird experiences or funny. Honestly, they're all just pretty chill.
Solid.
Like we'll go there,
and
then like, you know, the customer tells us sort of what they want.
Yeah, dude, what's funny about that?
Yeah, like
I thought like maybe you had an uncle that tried to be like, oh, we'll do it for like $200.
No, not really, honestly, because the thing is, like, for us, is like, bro, I honestly don't think of negotiation as something, like, where it's disrespectful.
Yeah.
But I also don't, like, negotiate with myself. Like, when I say I'm talking, again, my brother and I.
Yeah.
We sort of, like, we understand that when we come there, it takes, like, we use the most expensive material, the best material you can get. And we take it, you know, we do it in a way where we go there and we do it properly the first time. Like we take all the extra precautions. We tape the sides, we tape the front. So we do it. It's the best we can do it. We try to do that. So we don't really negotiate with ourselves. Obviously, if it's like, you know, your price is like $2,400 and you're like, you know, let's say $2,600. And then you're like, hey bro, like it's $2,600. Can you bring it down a bit? We'll make it like a flat $2,500. Or if it's like $550, $200, and like the person's like, can you do $5,000? It's like, sure, why not, right? But if the price is like $2,000 and the person's like, yo, can you do it for like $1,500? It's just like,
you gotta do some lower end
like, you know, I'm sorry, bro, like, you know. But the thing is, I don't want to do any of the lower end stuff. There's no point.
Yeah, like those guys should just get some lower end shit. Yeah,
I think it's better to keep the quality premium. I'd rather do one house a week premium quality than 3 houses a week and make the same amount of money.
Because it's perfect pour.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's it.
If you target high end clients, or if you do high quality work, you'll get high quality clients.
So
biggest thing is like, bro, I appreciate the people that let us, like, you know, we did our house, but like the 3-4 clients we did after that, I appreciate those guys a lot too, because they trusted us when they didn't really have much to trust, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true.
They let you build your portfolio. Now
so it's like even though like those jobs weren't perfect either, it's like we did those, and every time we would do another job, it'd be like, oh my God, we just learned this. Like we did, after our house, we did another house and we made a small mistake there. It was much better than ours, but we still made a small mistake. And then we did his neighbor's house. And when we did his neighbor's house, we figured out what we did wrong. We fixed it. And then the guy, he came back and he's like, yeah, like you guys got it right. Like you guys figured it out. And you know, he sort of knew going into it that we're still learning, but he was okay with it, as in like, you know, like he knew that. So he's like, fuck it, you guys learned, good job.
That's sick, man.
So you know, like I said, like those guys, we appreciate them the most.
Yeah.
And
you gotta get your car after your van or after something with like a.
We're planning on. We have a trailer. We just got a trailer like 2 weeks ago. We're planning on getting that wrap from Nimmer.
From home.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for Nimmer to come back from.
Deadly wrap. Right?
Yeah.
Put your face on there.
No. we're gonna have like, obviously we have like a nice design for it. And but it's gonna be like just nice simple advertising.
Yeah.
But we didn't want to wrap the truck. You know, the truck's something like, you know, you want to go to the gym for other stuff. You know, you want to go to the gym, you know.
Bro, someone gets married. These realtors, bro, they'll like wrap everything, man. They'll take 100%. It everywhere. Yeah. They like pump their names so hard.
Yeah, man.
No, but even that, like, if you're okay with it, go for it. Yeah, but for us, it's like, this is like one of those things where, like, you know, there's a nice wedding. It's a truck, right? So it's super roomy. You know, you want to go to a wedding, you're like, hey, like, you know, let's take the truck. It's roomy.
Yeah.
And then it's convenient. So we were like, we didn't want to ruin the look of the truck. So we're like, we'll just wrap the trailer. And the trailer is more than enough.
More than enough, bro.
Yeah.
Yo, did you guys see the girl that was like dancing in front of the Gurdwara? Like the whole TikTok that went viral?
Yeah.
You saw it, right? You saw it too, man?
We just saw it, man.
Oh my God. Yo, what's your opinion on that, man? That for me, that was wild. That was just next level.
I don't know. I mean, like, if I was at the Gurdwara, I'd probably just tell her, like, chill out a bit.
I'd probably just tell her to chill out too.
Like, you know, it's just one of those things where, like, you know, you want to do that, go for it. Just, like, you know, I say just respect the Gurdwara.
Nah,
especially in our culture, it's a little...
I would tell her to get off the property.
Yeah, no, that's what I mean, right? Like, if you want to do it, like, you just, like, get out of the property sort of thing.
Yeah.
Like, sort of respect our religion and culture.
Like, do it wherever else, but not on Gurdwara property.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? I mean, like, look, like, bro, what are you making like a joke out of the Gurdwara for, man?
No, I get that, but, you know, we're just at a point where...
What if you saw me doing that at the Gurdwara? What would you do?
I'll slap the shit out of you.
Slap shit out of me, right?
Well,
Bro, I would never do that.
I know you.
I'd just call Ekti because clearly he's more.
Yeah,
you know.
he just always right to slap up on that.
Yeah.
Bro,
Right?
anytime.
Like,
Bro.
deep and get
Don't
into some
disrespect
shit,
my
bro.
Gurdwara, man.
Yeah.
Don't disrespect Gurdwara, bro.
Yeah.
That's why I go for my peace of mind, man. Right, part करना मैं तो फिर आगे पता TikTok बनाएंगे नहीं Gurdwara ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ bro.
Yeah, that's true.
What are you doing,
Yeah.
man?
Why is that only I trip out so hard?
Legit.
I don't know. People are wild nowadays.
The worst
Yeah.
part of it, the worst part of it is everyone called her out for it, right? Like she was like twerking in front of Gurdwara. Everyone called her out for it because I'm like, what are you doing, right? And then she started defending it. She doubled down. She's like, no, I'm allowed to do this. You don't pay my bills. Like, what are you talking about?
Whatever, man. Let her do you, right?
No.
She's pretty can though.
No, some people are just like that. Like they're just like, you know, as long
They
as
just
they're
don't
okay with
understand.
what they're doing, they're
They
fine
probably
with
didn't learn
it.
anything growing up. Like they
Yeah.
probably just don't know anything. They're
Ah.
just
You know,
like,
I'm being a little bit mean, but at the same time,
Can you
like,
imagine you're
like,
getting
educate yourself.
Can you imagine you're getting married at the Gurdwara and
Yeah.
then like you know you look outside the little window
And
you
someone
just see
making a
someone
TikTok.
twerking.
It's like they banned TikTok at Harmandir Sahib
Did it?
or whatever because somebody started making like a TikTok. dance
Isn't
about
TikTok
it.
banned in like all of India?
Yeah. But
Yeah.
you can't even record now if you make
Yeah.
a video or something.
Hmm.
Like ask for you to delete it.
Oh really?
It depends on how heady you are. Like if you look like you're like some heady guy, right?
Oh.
Like
fuck.
aspire. Yo, have you seen those like
If you see
spire?
active there.
They like get sus that you're aspire like pretty quick there.
Oh
You're
really?
doing some weird shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're just taking videos of people.
I just be
Can't be taking videos of people, man.
going there, matha
Yeah,
take,
media
you know,
platform.
parts snan karo. Bas.
Yeah, man. Okay. Anyways,
That's it.
We should have brought Lovedeep here today.
Yeah, that would
That
solve.
guy would have gave more opinions. So it's been a while since he was on his last one.
yeah, Lovedeep would have went ham.
Lovely would have ham.
Yeah.
Yo, what's been your worst dating experience?
Bro, I've never had one.
Oh, for real?
Never.
That's good.
Say that's smart. Stay out of it.
Never.
Stay out
I've
of
just
it.
never been, you know, down
Yeah.
for it.
Yeah,
You're just doing you, man.
that's
Yeah.
good, man.
That's the thing, though, bro. You're like locked in now. You're like monk mode.
Yeah.
I mean,
Now,
it's
right now,
different.
I'm at the point where, you know, just work, focus on yourself. And, like, you know, sooner or later, like, I'm trying to cut down, but obviously, you know, I've been saying that for a while.
That doesn't matter.
But
bro.
it's time,
You're still a
it's
guy.
time,
Do it
it's,
for
it's
yourself.
time. Yeah, exactly. No, but I am now.
Huh.
So it's like now it's one of those things where I want to focus on myself.
Yeah.
And then, you know,
Somebody
later
comes,
on,
you
bro,
come.
you find someone, you know, you're down for,
will.
it's like, whatever.
You have to think about
We're
it.
young,
Exactly,
bro. Like we're
exactly.
young. Like you're only a year older than us.
Yeah.
Like, it's not even like you.
That's crazy, right? You're only a year older than us.
Yeah.
We're like the
Yeah,
same
you're
shit.
like the same age, pretty much, man. It's like
Honestly,
you got time, bro.
I think like plus minus 2 is like the same shit.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
Same
pretty,
thing.
pretty much, yo.
Yeah.
But that's solid. What's been the weirdest thing you've seen at the gym? Or like, what's the funniest thing you've seen at the gym? I'll tell you mine. I saw two guys. They were working out, right? And the guy's like holding them like bicycle, like you know, like motorcycle position, like this.
Yeah.
The people on the seat. This guy's doing cable face pose. It was the weirdest thing
Like
I've
he
ever.
holds them back, bro.
Yeah, he was like stabilizing his back while this guy does like cable face pose. I was like, what the hell is going on?
That was pretty weird. I've probably seen a couple, but I can't think of any on the moment. I think there was one. This guy was benching, and there was people spotting him on the side, but they were spotting him in a way where they were just holding the weight up, and then he's just benching.
Bruh.
Yo, what's your thoughts on drivers in Surrey and drivers around here?
I don't really go to Surrey often, but drivers around here, I mean, I don't know. It's more
It's
like
not bad.
it's not bad.
Huh.
Like compared to like, you know, every time I open TikTok, there's always someone talking shit about Brampton drivers.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Every time.
So it's like, you know, here it's not so bad. I mean, you know, you see like that one kid who will just be punching it down like South Fraserway.
yeah,
And he'll just be like,
It's
bro,
you
like,
have
you know.
and on the back you're like, chalo, do you want
Yeah,
me,
but it's like, bro, like I was there too, and I think Actip was too. So,
yeah,
you know.
200 kilometers an hour on like
Yeah.
a city
No,
road.
I'm at that bot.
yeah. It's just one of those things, bro. You have a car like that, you want to. And it's just sort of natural. Like you know, you hear that noise a little bit.
Yeah.
You just, you know, you're just like, fuck
Yeah,
it, like,
I
let's
agree.
do it.
I used to go
Yeah.
ham in your Camaro.
Yeah.
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 Fuck
That's
you,
what,
that.
man, I just be chilling in my car, man. I'm like, howdy, on that.
No, man, this guy rips it.
No.
You once guy dips the house late night after a podcast, you hear like.
Nah, my car's quiet, bro. My car's quiet.
I'm
bro.
surprised this guy's dad even let him get it. Because this guy's dad's pretty, like,
Is
you
it?
know, like, not strict, but, like, he's more, like, you know, like,
Chilling.
like, he's, like,
I think
he's
this
very,
guy
like,
just got it,
yeah.
right?
Hmm?
You just grabbed it?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
This guy just does that shit.
Yeah, fucking man, you gotta do that shit, man. My dad gets used to it. I mean, plus like he's never owned like a sports car, and it's like I always tell my dad, I'm like, oh, chabi chaklo, chalo. Like go ahead, like, I don't care. Like, I'll go have fun, right?
When
You
I
know-
had my car, my dad would drive it, but I don't think my mom ever
yeah,
drove
my
it.
mom doesn't drive my
My
car.
mom
though,
just,
yeah.
I don't know. She's just like, you know,
Wants
she
to chill.
just wants a car that's point A to point B.
Yeah,
That's
wants
what
to
my
chill.
mom's saying,
Yeah.
It's
man.
like, what's the point, too? You're gonna like force
Yeah.
him on to drive. She's gonna like
Yeah.
curb the wheels and like what's the
Exactly.
point of that, right?
Yeah.
Let her drive. What she
But
wants to
no,
drive.
bro, that'd be pretty pimping having your mom driving like a Camaro
Yeah,
or like a
honestly, I would
Lambo or
though.
something.
Mm.
Did you see that one video? It's in Vancouver. There was some desi guy. He had like a pug on and stuff, and they had an Audi R8. They got it customized, and then I guess they were gonna record the car for a shoot. But the guy's like, "Can I be like in the shoot?" And bro, that video went viral. And it's actually a pretty sick video too. Like he looks like a just straight up G.
Actually?
Yeah.
I don't see that.
Pops in, yo.
That's sick.
Actually sick. Yo, what do you think about the whole thing with Andrew Tate that's going on right now? Like everything that's going on with him?
Bro, like I think Andrew Tate is one of those people where like me personally, I think it's a good thing to have him in like today's day and age, especially where like the world's all going one way and he's sort of like fighting to keep it the other way.
Yeah.
But I mean, you know, obviously there are some things like he'll say and I'll just be like, fuck this. He's just like, why is he saying stupid shit?
Like
but
so
at the same time, he says that because it brings in the attention for the other videos, I think.
Yeah.
Like some of his videos, like, bro, they just make so much sense. Like you understand, like the way he says it, you understand like why you do what you do.
Yeah.
And once you like realize that, it's sort of just like a wake up call. Like like I think the stuff he says sort of just like puts a mirror in front of you and you're just like, fuck, like is this really what I am?
I feel like he changed after he got out of jail.
Well, now he's
not
more
as positive and shit.
Yeah, now he's more like he's gonna be more defensive and more of a neutral sort of vibe. But bro, at the same time, like you gotta understand, the guy was held in prison for no reason. And well, I mean, bro, it's like the allegations could be true, but until they're true, I don't think he should be kept in a prison. And like, didn't you see what they said about his brother? His brother went to jail just because he was associated with Andrew.
Yeah, there's like nothing else.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like one of those situations where like you get it, but you don't.
What would be like the worst thing about being famous, man?
Everything, I think.
You think so?
I think everything. Realistically, you only like, you know, everyone only cares about like the money. You know, everyone wants the nice car, the big house. But being famous, I don't know. I would hate it. Someone comes up to you, wants to take a picture. You know, they're all up in your business and shit.
You like can it?
Yeah, it's just like no, you know.
But I feel like
I think everything about being famous, like, you know, I think it's one of those things where some people are okay with it. Like, you guys have the podcast. I know Active's told a couple of stories where, like, people will come up to him at the Gurdwara and they'll be like, yo, you do the podcast, right? And, but I personally, I wouldn't want that, you know? I'd just get, like, weirded out.
Yeah, that's true. But at the same time, for me, it's
I
like,
got used to it now.
Anybody who, like, tries to make change in the world ends up like that. But it's also, it's like a sacrifice you have to do.
Yeah, like, we
Yeah, no, 100%.
Right?
But it just, like, you know, like, I guess, like, it depends on the person how much they want to handle and what they want to handle. Like, for me personally, I'd personally work, you know, do something different and be like I'm better with, like, you know, I'm happier with this, or like not even happier, just I enjoy this more than the other option.
Have you ever had to deal with any gold diggers, or you feel like you'll ever have to deal with anyone like that?
No, I don't really think so, you know. I don't think it's as shown here in like Abbey and stuff.
Where we are?
So?
And like I said, like I've never really gone too much out of Abbey, right?
Yeah, true.
So it's one of those things where those kind of opinions. You know, I'm not the best person to ask. Maybe next week, Jimmy. Jimmy.
Yeah.
That is going to Nova Scotia. I think one of the best dental schools in. He's going to one of the best dental schools in Canada.
Oh, that's sick, yo.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man.
And after 3 years, he's going to be pulling in shit ton of money.
Is that your brother?
No, he's a good friend of ours. Mine and Active's.
Yeah, he's a solid guy, yo.
So, what do you think about traveling? Have you traveled a lot? What do you think?
I haven't traveled a lot. I went to India as a kid when I was really young. But the thing with India is, like, I don't really have too much family there anymore. Achha. They're all here. Yeah. And then it's like here, like, we've obviously driven to places. But I think, like, the only time I've been on a plane was I went to Calgary. That too, it was one of those things where it just sort of happened to work out at the same time. So I bought a Corvette in Calgary. I pre-ordered a 2021 Corvette. And I bought it. And then I placed the order in 2021 February. It came in April 2022, and then that's when I was gonna go to Calgary alone, but my cousins live there, so they're like, "Yo, why don't you just bring your whole family?" And then I was like, "Let's go." And pretty much we went there. I bought the car. I got pretty lucky. So I bought the car in Calgary, and the guy who bought it, he was from Edmonton, so he drove down to Calgary. And I sort of just bought the car. I drove down like the street, We met up at a bank. He gave me the check. I gave him the car, and we sort of just went our ways.
Oh, so you bought it to sold it?
Yeah, I bought it only to flip it. I wouldn't have been able to afford it at the time.
Damn, that's wild.
And
you made good money on it?
But yeah,
People didn't want to wait, right?
I made a lot of money. I made a good amount of money on it. But it was one of those things where, like, bro, I've always wanted, like, if you go to my house, you just see Corvettes and, like, Lambos everywhere. Like, in my opinion, I'm the biggest GM fanboy. I think GMC makes the best trucks. Cadillac, obviously, everyone loves the Cadillac. Everyone loves the Escalades and the CT5s and stuff.
Sick as hell,
and then there's like Corvettes and Camaros. Like, you know, I don't know what it is, but I'm just a big fanboy.
Yeah, you never know who's riding in an Escalade.
Exactly.
It could be some random guy. It could be like Barack Obama.
Oh yeah, 100%.
You know, it's low key. It could be Chutney. I feel like I've seen Chutney driving around. His Escalade.
I've seen a lot of matte black ones now, or like satin black.
Yeah, satin black, like wrap or something.
Those things are very nice. They're huge, but they've been popular for a long time too.
That is
like
true.
Escalades. You know, back in the day, obviously, with like all the rappers and stuff. And then later on, people, like, it's just one of those vehicles where it's nice, big, spacious.
Bro, you hit a
and
pedestrian.
You just look like a pimp.
You hit a pedestrian without they're done.
Yeah, 100%.
Straight underneath.
Yeah.
Game over. What's the worst trait in brown kids that grew up here?
The worst trait I'd say is bro, sometimes you forget that most of all our parents sacrificed a lot to come here. And I think, bro, including me, and I'd say all of us in this room, we've all had a point where we take it for granted.
Yeah,
I'd say so. Bro, it's just we can't relate to what they had to go through, right?
Yeah.
Like, for example, like my dad, he's an orphan. Like, my dad's parents passed away when he was 12 years old. And then he had 2 younger brothers to take care of. And, you know, bro, compare that to, like, you know, like, I don't pay a mortgage. I don't, you know, like, now we have a truck for our work. We pay the payment on that, and we pay insurance, gas, stuff like that. But realistically, like, you know, I'll always have a roof over my head. And you know, that there's the only people to thank are my mom and dad.
Yeah, people take it for
granted. So I think that's probably, like, and I don't blame people for it or the kids. It's just one of those things where, like, I think it's overlooked until you sort of, like, get thrown in the real world and you're like, fuck, man, like, my parents, like, did so much for me.
Would you ever juice it?
No, I wouldn't. That was pretty random that you just randomly sort of blurted that out there. But no, I mean, you know, no, I wouldn't. I think for me, it's more of like, real talk, I think it's more of an ego thing.
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't do it just because I wouldn't want to, like, I want to, like, whatever, like, build the muscle, lose the weight.
Yeah.
Like, I want to know that I did it the right way.
I feel some guys started
but at the same time, I don't think there's anything wrong with it either. Yeah. Like, you know, I have, obviously, bro, everyone's thought about it. It's just one of those things where in high school, especially, like, you know, everyone's talking about
the guy that gets jacked in high school, everybody's like, I juiced it.
Yeah. That's a very popular thing in high school.
Yeah. Talking random people juiced it.
Yeah.
Just allegation lalo.
Yo, appreciate you, Michael, for coming on and sharing your story, bro. We really appreciate it. Like I said, do you have any tips before we end off the pod for any up and coming business owner?
Bro, biggest tip is don't tell anyone what you want to do until it's done.
Yeah,
I truly stand by that, because the thing is, like, let's say I would have told you I wanted to do epoxy, where you told me to do a podcast. Real talk, if you told me you wanted to do a podcast a year ago, I'd be like, bro, what the fuck? And, like, you know, like, bro, now looking back, you're probably like, fuck, like, it was a good decision. You guys probably both like it. And for epoxy, let's say I told you guys would have been like, oh, is that really something you want to do? And then you know, just naturally you're just like, fuck, like, you know, like,
maybe he's right,
you know, maybe he's right. And, like, someone will ask me, like, you know, like, just like as friends, like, someone will be like to me, like, yo, I'm thinking of doing something, and I'll just be like, bro, don't tell me what it is, just do it, and then, you know, just go from there, just keep going, like, block out all the noise.
Solid, man. Good to hear. Yo, appreciate you guys tuning in for this week's episode. It's been myself, Man Rob, and Michael. We'll see you guys in the next episode. Peace.